Sorry for blowing the mic before it starts. Okay. Sorry for blowing the mic before this starts, but hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Billy Yanakami. So today we're going to continue the Hitoshi Shinso X Reader u+me, and this is written by rhyeloo in Wattpad. And sorry for the late posting. Wait, I'm looking for it in my history because my library is full of Karma Akabane X Reader and Amajiki X Reader. Okay. Wait. Okay, I finally found it. Okay, that's sorry. So we are in episode 3. Apps can be sneaky. Saturday, the best day of the week. It hasn't been 24 hours yet. I still longed for the company of my new indigo-haired friend. Why? I couldn't exactly answer that. What did I know? Though, was that I should probably text him, or call, or FaceTime, or something? Wyan, are you waiting for something? I spun my head towards my pink-skinned, bubbly friend. You've been staring at your phone forever, she remarked. I merely nodded in response while tossing aside my phone so I could focus my attention to her. Well, I met this guy and... What, Wyan? You've been here a day and you're already making moves? I envy you, she squealed. I frantically waved my hands in the air while feeling my skin transcend into a deeper shade of red while passing each second. Mina, no! It's nothing like that, I started, then followed up by explaining my lunchtime rumbles from the previous day with my new friend. Oh, Shinso. Eh? I didn't take him for the flirty type. I raised my eyebrow at the alien's statement. He called you cute? I don't ever think I've heard that word came out from his mouth. Ah, well, he's probably being nice or to be more rational. He's just pitying me for having no friends, I denied. Wyan, shut up, please. You're gorgeous, bubbly, and charismatic. What is there not to like about you? I began to shift my weight from side to side while nervously averting my eyes towards my phone. You really think so? I replied hesitantly. Of course, love. Here, give me your phone. Before I could ask, Nina snatched my phone out of my hands and began to scroll through something. After a few seconds, Mina let out a gasp, quickly tapped the screen, and handed my phone back to me. I couldn't help but question why she was squealing until I looked at my phone. Dialing Shinso Hitoshi. Mina, no, no, no! I yelled frantically while trying to end the call, but I was so flustered to the point where I could even hit the end call before he picked up. I quickly clamped my sweaty palm over my mouth as Mina was trying as hard as she could to stifle her laughter in her palms. Hello? I heard from my phone. Hey, Shinso! I quickly replied, maybe a little too quickly. I was just, wondering, how are you doing? Yep. I mentally face-palmed myself as Mina gave me a what the fuck face. Oh, the boy replied, well, I'm alright, I guess. I'm just finishing up some homework. What about you? I couldn't help but notice that his voice wasn't as toneless as it was at lunch, but more tremulous. But why would his voice be so shaky? Was he nervous to talk to me? I'm doing all right. I'm just kind of hanging out with my friend Mina. I trailed off. Kinda. Yeah, we just bumped into each other a few minutes ago. Oh, alright. A few moments passed of me thinking about what to say next. Mina was mouthing the words, ask him to hang, to me, when Shinso began to talk. Well, he started. I was not going to let his door go to waste. Do you want to hang out? Not to mention extremely loud, I blurted out. Mina was practically losing it as she ran into the other side of the common area, as not to get her laughing in the call. Sorry if that's sudden. I just wanted to get to know you some more. And since you seemed really cool yesterday, I wanted to spend more time with you. I rambled on. Complete silence. I was about to tell him forget it and hang up before he replied. Yeah, sure. Meet me at my dorm in 15. Sounds like a plan. Oh, alright. See ya. And with that, the most embarrassing call of my life was over. Luckily for me, emphasis on luckily, my phone volume was quite high, meaning Mina heard every word Shinso and I shared. Oh my god, Ryan, that was hilarious! She barked out. She was still clutching her sides, but it was beginning to wind down as I let out a sigh. Whatever. I just hope he doesn't think I'm some creep. No, he won't. In fact, he sounded excited to have you over, Mina added. I raised an eyebrow, signaling to her that she needed to elaborate. Okay, he may not have sound ecstatic, but that's the most emotion I've ever heard in his voice. Mina's comment began to get me thinking. Maybe he was interested in me. You know, I'm surprised you're interested in him out of all these single guys you know so far. He's pretty closed off, and he's not even in our class. Not that that's a bad thing, though. I laughed at her rambling, understanding what she meant. I don't know. Maybe that's exactly why I'm so interested in him. He's not loud or bitchy or overdramatic. He's just himself. You know, I really appreciate that about him. The pink-skinned teen nodded while shuffling her hands around her back, but I decided to ignore the movements. Okay, I'm gonna go change and stop by his dorm. Thanks for the help, I guess. I chuckled. Sorry. Bye, Ryan! She waved, earning a wave back from me. Unbeknownst to my simple mind, as soon as I was out of earshot, Mina turned around and taped her phone. I don't know, maybe that's exactly why I'm so interested in him. He's not loud or bitchy or overdramatic. He's just himself, you know. Gosh, I love this recording app. Mina devilishly grinned to herself. Ryan's gonna owe me big time when Shinso hears this and realizes how much he's gonna love her. She quickly looked around her before sending the audio recording to the student. Ryan, she began. letting out a small sigh and grin. "You'll thank me later." So, here comes episode 4 again. We're going to episode 4 because I haven't posted this. Studying and feelings. I shuffled through my closet since when it was hard to pick an outfit. Could it be because I'm meeting with Shinso in a few minutes? I shook off the thought. We just met. How could I fall for him so fast? Little did I know. I was. Little did I know, though, was I did. Deep down, I knew the connection I felt to him felt like destiny. I rummaged through my closet. An outfit finally caught my eye. It was a tie top with a black denim skirt. If you don't like it, you can picture something else, but the outfit will be commented on. I looked at myself in the mirror after my outfit was set and complete. I looked bomb as hell. I felt my phone vibrate with a notification from Snapchat, and I paid no mind to it until I saw the time flashing on my phone. I had exactly 4 minutes to get into Shinso's dorm. I didn't want to be late for my first out of school hangout, so I hurried and grabbed my backpack, phone, and earbuds and ran out to his dorm. Shinso's POV. I was minding my business until I heard a faint knock at my door, wondering whoever would come to my dorm. My mind wandered back to the conversation I had, particularly with a peculiar hair color. I began to think about lunch and the text Mina sent me. Previously, I had the thought that sitting with me had been a dare or a joke. But seeing how sincere she was and hearing the voice recording about how highly she thought of me, I shook the negative thought off. I hadn't even realized my face was slowly turning into a light shade of pink until I turned to look at the mirror next to me. I shot up from my spot on my bed and walked over to the door. Once I twisted the knob, I got ready to meet my new friend. I couldn't help but stare. The outfit she wore flattered her body so well. Ryan looked good in her uniform, but she looked even more stunning in her casual wear. This gesture caused me to become immediately flustered. Was I undressed? All I was wearing was a light lavender hoodie and dark gray sweatpants. Why do you care, Shinso? You just met her. You don't even know her. She might be as bad as everyone else. Don't get your hopes up. I let out a sigh and used all my force to hold back a smile. Come in. I couldn't help but Ryan's POV. I couldn't help but stare at the menacing figure in front of me. His hair, his slightly worn hoodie, and his handsome facial features all poured into my sight at once. I watched his eyes scan me up and down, and saw his face dust with a light tint of pink. Come in. I let myself in and scanned the room. Some posters of All Might, cat plushies, and fake plants littered the room, along with some schoolwork and dirty laundry. I watched Shinso cringe as he looked into sight of his room. Sorry about my room, he began, placing the hand closest to me on the nape of his neck and the other on his pocket. I don't usually have visitors. He trailed off. I let out a small, nasty chuckle as he glanced in my direction. Don't worry about it. I placed my hand upon his bicep. Mine's much worse. I saw him tense up at the touch, but I flashed him a light, sincere smile as he began to ease up. The two of us didn't even take notice of the elongated stare until I heard some of the class 1C students running down the hallway. We swiftly broke eye contact with each other, and I began fiddling with the hem of my skirt. So, I enthusiastically began. How are classes? Mostly everything is pretty easy for me to understand. Besides science. I slung my backpack off my shoulder and threw it to the side. I hate science. I pouted. My pouting caused Shinso to let out a slight chuckle, and I could tell he was shocked by his own reaction since he ceased laughing almost immediately. Well, I'm having some trouble in math, so maybe we could help each other out. He raised an eyebrow and turned towards me. I shot him with two dorky finger guns and let my grin grow even wider. Sounds like a plan! 2 never-ending hours later, we finished the work we were given, helping each other out along the way. I think I'm finally starting to understand this. I yelped in excitement. Shinso nodded in agreement. Math is actually starting to make sense now, he replied, releasing a soft laugh with it. I love his laugh, albeit it was short and almost noticeable as a pin dropping. But nonetheless, it made my heart flutter. Shinso must have caught me staring, since he began to tilt his head towards the side ever so slightly. Something on my face? He asked, a curious look pouring onto his face. In response, my face began to heat up as I tried to muster up an excuse. No, I I muttered. I glanced back at him, making eye contact once again. Then he raised his eyebrows, awaiting my response. I didn't know what to say, so I leaned into his torso and engulfing him into a big hug. Thank you for helping me today. Most people will just tell me to figure it out, so I'm glad you were enough to help me. You were kind enough to help me, I whispered. Shinso felt his face turn tomato red as he felt the pressure of your arms and his hands against his well-built figure. He's never had this kind of contact with a girl, so he didn't exactly know what to do. After a few minutes of thinking, though, Shinso placed his hands on the top of my back. Don't worry about it, Wyan. Seriously. I smiled even deeper into the hug until I eventually pulled back. Well, should I get going then? I flashed to my indigo-haired friend, a sad smile. But I'd love to hang out again. You're so much fun. I smiled. Shinso was at a loss for words. Oh, Mina invited me to go hang out with her and some people from our class to go bowling tomorrow. Would you maybe want to tag along? I asked. When I didn't hear a response, I began to stutter like the idiot I am. Oh, sorry. I don't want to force you into something you don't want, but but I was cut off by the strong hand being placed atop of my shoulder. If it's okay with them, I wouldn't mind hanging out again. He finally responded, avoiding my gaze. I clapped my hands together and let out a squeal. Awesome! Come to my dorm around 5 tomorrow, and we can meet up with the rest. He nodded and took his hand off my shoulders. I frowned at the loss of contact, but quickly regained my posture. Oh, and by the way, it's bowling and karaoke. So you better get those vocal cords ready, I teased. He let out a t and crossed his arms. I'm not too big on singing. You will be tomorrow, YN. Bye, Shinso! I quickly responded, running out of his room before he could even form a rebuttal against me. My smile was beaming all the way down the hallway as I was in store for tomorrow night. Immediately, my mind was filled with thoughts of Shinso, and I knew exactly how to get all of these feelings off my chest. Texting Mina. Okay, so that was episode 3 and episode 4 of u+me, Shinso X Reader, written by rhyeloo and Wattpad. So, yeah. Baboosh! And never mind my voice in this video because I was kind of tired. Boo boo! A little bit.